We have a completely broken, Hollywood-poisoned idea of what a hacker looks like. We picture a guy in a black hoodie sitting in the dark basement, aggressively typing green code on a black screen while sweat beads on his forehead. As of now, that guy is functionally obsolete. He is a guy that's bringing a musket to a drone fight. A new face of global cyber warfare isn't a person at all. It's a server rack. And a server rack does not sleep, it doesn't get bored, and it can write custom code, custom highly sophisticated, in fact, code specifically designed to destroy your exact network in about 4.5 seconds. I'm looking at this and I think you should be worried about this one here as well. This week, a huge report broke the HelpNet security detailing the reality of these autonomous AI agents executing offensive cyber operations. And after you understand how this works, which is super easy to understand, you'll be blown away. Specifically, researchers have been looking at frameworks adapted from cutting-edge models, sometimes referred to internally as Claude Codex problem. Now, if you don't know what that is, to understand why this is a completely unimaginable nightmare for global security, we have to talk about how traditional hacking works. And the way traditional hacking works and traditional malware writes a virus, the virus gets caught, and then what happens after is that security companies take a digital fingerprint of that virus, a signature, and they block it everywhere. This is the reason why when you update your antivirus, they send you new signatures to identify. And when it identifies, it knows the virus exists on your computer. Same thing on server racks. For the last 30 years, cybersecurity has been a game of digital whack-a-mole. But an AI agent doesn't use pre-written malware. An AI agent is given a goal: get root access to that hospital's database. And then it's allowed to think. It's given a framework called REACT. Reason, act, observe. First, the AI scans the hospital's network. It reads the server architecture. It realizes the hospital is running an outdated version of Apache web server. If you don't know what that is, it's the stuff that runs on the servers and protects it. It then physically writes a completely unique, never before seen piece of code to exploit this particular vulnerability. It deploys the code. The hospital's firewall blocks this code. You know, if this were a human, they might just give up and try a different target because it takes a long time to write the code. The AI doesn't give up. It reads the error log from the firewall block. It understands why it failed. It rewrites its own code to bypass the firewall specific logic, and it fires again. It does this on a loop. Reason, act, observe, and rewrite. Hundreds of times a minute. It's polymorphic. By the time human security analysts, get a notification that their network is being probed, the AI has already mutated its attack vector 70 times. It breached the server, it stolen the data, and deleted the logs of its own existence. It's kind of crazy. The way these AI agents operate is that it's a completely new way of doing attacks on servers, on individual computers. When you trigger the AI side, the terminal needs to physically blur how fast the machine is iterating its code. And the underlying engine powering this isn't some secret dark web technology. It's the exact same underlying logic that powers chat boxes that you use to write your emails. Models like Claude and ChatGPT are incredibly good at writing code. But when you wrap them in an agent framework, when you give them the bash terminal, a Python compiler, and permission to run code, they write without asking a human first. You have, in this case, a weaponized cognition. But a quick tangent. Now, this introduces a terrifying concept called the turning tap of cyber defense. If autonomous AI agents are attacking networks at machine speed, a human security guard physically cannot type fast enough to stop them. The only way to defend an AI attack is to give defensive AI autonomous control of your network. This is the stuff that they're exploring here, and this is more stuff they're exploring here. You can look at the references. You have to let the defensive machine shut down servers. cut cables, and rewrite firewall rules without asking permission. You see how this could be a problem? We are rapidly approaching a reality where entire global internet is a background of battlefield of algorithms fighting other algorithms in milliseconds. And we're just the slow biological bystander hoping for the lights to stay on. So where does this leave us? The internet was built on a very specific, very fragile assumption that it takes human effort to do human things. It takes time to read vulnerability. It takes time to write a virus. That friction, that slowness is what kept the system relatively stable. We're going to have to fundamentally redesign the architecture of the internet. We can no longer rely on patching holes after they are found, because the new predator isn't looking for known holes. They're creating new holes. They invent new ones in real time, just for you. We built the brain, now we have to figure out how to build the cage. I'll see you tomorrow.